At the streaming, we're live.
I got real hot mics.
Got real hot mics.
You think New York's going to win, dude?
I don't know, man.
I think Atlanta can score 57 points in the fourth quarter.
And let's go.
Yeah, but the problem is that they're going to score
Sports
60
Beans
points.
Show. The show where, just like you can't get enough sports.
Yeah.
Is over.
You think my computer will ever finish updating?
Never.
I'm lost without my computer.
See, there it is. There's that creepy voice that just comes out of me at the beginning of the show for no reason.
Welcome to the show, people.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time. Welcome to the Sports Fiends.
Sports Fiends.
Where are we?
What up?
Welcome to the Sports Fiends. I am Arthur Knight, and with me, as always, is Mr. Michael Wharton.
Yep.
And Ryan Lagan is
here.
playing with softballs tonight.
He's playing all the balls.
All the balls. We are being brought to you live from So High Studios in Denver, Colorado, and we are brought to you by IMV Vision. IMV Vision is devoted to offering affordable and fashionable eye care. IMV Vision is your eye care advocates. Their goal is to provide all with the education and awareness needed to make an informed decision about your vision and health. They are located off of Alameda and Buckley in Aurora, Colorado, but you can call today at 720-762-4290 or book online at invvision.com. They take most medical insurance and Medicaid, so call or book today. 720-762-4290 or imvvision.com. That's 720-762 or 762-4290 or imvvision.com. IMV Vision, we see you. And make sure you tell them that you saw it on the Sports Fiends with the Z's.
Yeah, so here's a side note. I had to go to somewhere that's not INV Vision this week for
No,
my
you're
eye
fired.
exam.
Take the rest of the day off.
And it was a big mistake. Even with insurance, I spent like $650.
$650.
Yeah.
Dude, do you have VSP?
What?
What do you? What kind of insurance do you have? What insurance?
I got.
do you have? Don't put all your business.
We're on the
street.
internet. I got it through work, man. The first time I used it, and it's not good. It covered like one set of lenses, and this the other lenses they're not covered.
Oh man.
And I'm old, so I had to get like trifocals.
You had to get binoculars.
Yeah, the trifocals.
You got to get the reader, the computer, and the CD.
Oh, me too.
So
me too.
I won't say
and
where,
the night vision, all of that stuff.
I won't say where I went, but I'm just gonna say next time I'm gonna go to INV Vision.
Yeah, you should, because
Yeah,
with my insurance at IMV Vision, I think I only paid like $2, but that's because I needed all the extras.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I got the fashionable eyewear. I got these. These are the ones I just got. Got all kinds of fashionable eyewear, man. You get them, man. After the show, though, tell me where you went, though, because I want to know.
So you can stay the hell away from there.
So I can tell everybody, do not go there.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
know all about that.
I wouldn't suggest it.
Well, you know what I wouldn't suggest as well, Mike, is giving up on the 76ers when Joel Embiid is on the floor. Right now, the Philadelphia 76ers are leading the Boston Celtics 51-42. This is in Philadelphia.
Whoa. When did Embiid come back?
Last game.
And he's the difference maker.
Well, I mean, they've won two. They won one without him, and now they've won one with him, and they're winning one as we speak.
Yeah. I still can't stand him though.
I don't know why I don't like him.
Because he cried his way to an MVP that he stole.
Respect him.
He stole, and he's ducking Jokic for years.
Facts.
He cried about his MVP. He cried his way to an MVP that Jokic deserved. So
Yeah.
as a Nuggets fan, you can't necessarily be like down with that.
I mean, I just don't like him. I just basically don't like him. I don't like his game. I don't like the way. Well, no, I can't say that. I do like the way he plays for the most part.
His game's pretty nice.
Yeah,
when he's playing,
when he's not injured
which is all the time.
or crying.
injured or crying. Why you gotta cry?
Why are you crying?
You gonna
cry
cry?
in the car. Why you gonna cry in the car? Told you not to come around here messing with these people. Anyway,
My grandmama gave me the MVP.
I'm just gonna tuck mine in.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, my question was with the emergence of Joel Embiid, can the Celtics close out the 76ers? Well, as we speak right now, I still think Boston closes them out tonight. I still think they win. But as of right now, let me refresh. Though. Let's see.
What's happening?
They must be on a commercial break. It's still 51-42. So, but let's talk about the emergence of Joel Embiid, though, man. Like, that's crazy that he comes in and all of a sudden they're like invincible almost.
And what was he out for again?
Being Joel Embiid, he's a China
Didn't
doll.
he have some kind of like injury?
Well, yeah, man. He's always got some sort of injury. He's like got knock knees. He's got bone spurs. He's got ugliness.
Or was it like a
kidding.
surgery from like a health issue? I can't remember.
I'm not sure, man, but it's always something. It's always something with this man. But the fact that what's weird to me, and I was thinking about this earlier today as I'm watching ESPN and FS1 and all of these other shows. It's weird to me that he played about 30, 40 games, so half the season, right?
Yo.
And then just comes in and, he's healthy. This may be the way that the 76ers kind of win.
I mean,
what did you read that made you say, whoa?
Well, I think he's good enough to like maybe will them to a win, but I don't sleep on Celtics. Don't sleep on Tatum.
Oh, that's for sure.
He's got heart. Oh, here's what I remember now. It was he got an emergency appendectomy on April 9th.
Oh, wow.
So they sliced him open, took out some parts, and now he's back on the court, like, just a few weeks later.
That's crazy to me. So it must have been one of those less evasive type joints.
Maybe with lasers.
Yeah, some goggles and stuff.
Yeah.
Wasn't too bad.
They fixed it with AI.
I would like to so self-promote myself. Go ahead, Mark. I take issue with being civil, too. Oh, there's something behind that, and I'll have to tell you off air, but it's actually pretty funny.
Okay.
Anyway, back to yeah. That's like some personal ish that we can't air out on the air right now.
All right, let's move on.
Yes, let's move on. Speaking of moving on, it seemed like Jokic and the Nuggets are turning a page.
Man, I hope so.
Well, I pointed it out. I was watching with Mark and my daughter, and Jokic came in with that tan double-breasted suit, right? And he wasn't smiling. He wasn't joking. Like he barely did any of that. I mean, like he's normally walking in with a Joker smile and a Joker suit or some flamboyant outfit. He looked like he was all business the other night. And the Nuggets took care of business the other night, beating the Timberwolves in Denver. Pretty decisively. It did seem like at the end that the Nuggets are trying to give me a heart murmur. I don't know why they're trying to do that. But it did seem like they were going to let that game slip through their fingers and the season was about to be. I don't know if you were puckered like I was in the fourth quarter when they cut it to 10. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, why are they doing this to me?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. It felt like it was a foregone conclusion at that point, I think.
It was,
but
man, nothing is ever foregone with this team.
And, I'm not even thinking that, like, the Nuggets were playing bad defense in Game 4.
Nah.
And the Celtics weren't necessarily shooting great in that game. Mm-hmm. It's just the Nuggets shot way worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then so – but Game 5 comes in, and I mean, there's the kind of handed on a silver platter that, pretty much their backcourt's just gone. With DiVincenzo just, out for a calendar year probably, and Edwards definitely not coming back during this series. That was a gift. But I was definitely impressed because it seemed like Adelman kind of went in his bag and was playing a few more, going a little deeper on the bench, you know, a little bit bigger rotation. And then it's all about the 25 turnovers, man, and the second chance points off the offensive rebounds. And if they can roll that over into this game tonight.
Preach. Even to get 20 or 15 is still.
And I think like 15 of the turnovers were steals. That's pure grit and heart. And I'm sure
That's determination.
And I'm sure that the crowd at Ball Arena was a big factor in helping them, you know, kind of.
Oh, it was electric, man. I felt it through the TV.
It was electric when I was watching it at home, dude.
Yeah, exactly. I felt every shot that went in, like, I felt it. It was. I think that's as we as Denver fans, and you know, maybe as fans in general, are so connected to our teams. Like, I really don't have to be in that arena to be a part of that atmosphere, especially in these days, the way they have the camera angles and the many ways that you can watch a game. It almost does feel like you're there. Especially, man, have you noticed, and I'm not going to go on a tangent here, and we do need to get to a little bit of football later on in the show. I know I was supposed to do football first, but you know I'm a basketball junkie, and I forgot to add that to my notes, but I do remember we got to get to a lot of football stuff today. But with that said, it's as fans right now, it is such a marvelous time because it's almost like you don't have to be at the game. You don't have to go. Now, I want to. I travel to these places. You know, I even have seen the Nuggets at Madison Square Garden. I've seen them at Barclays. I forget the arena that's in Phoenix, but I've seen them there. I've seen them at OKC. But it's getting to the point where, you know, it's so, especially in the playoffs, it's getting so electric that you can literally feel the atmosphere or feel what's going on in there. Because like I said, it was just the three of us, or the four of us. It was Mark, I, his mom, and my daughter, and we're watching the game. And it felt like we were sitting courtside, like it honestly did. And with the emergence of Prime and Peacock doing the performance version, have you watched it in that way?
No. What is
Bruh,
it?
I suggest you do. Like I said, I'm not going to go too much on a tangent on this, but if you're especially if you're a casual fan, okay, I'm not a casual fan, but if you are a casual fan and don't know the names of every player, you want to watch the game this way. It's almost like you're watching 2K, but it's live. So when the person gets the rock, it puts a little circle around them with their name. At the bottom of the screen, it might flash some stats. You know, this person's like 40% from three, and this, that, and the third. It's an insane way to watch, like especially if you're a gambling man or a gambling woman or a person. You can definitely get into watching it. It's to me, it's better than Red Zone. Like it's fascinating to watch and get those stats for a junkie like me when it comes to that. I think football would be remiss if they didn't start doing that themselves. Like if there should be performance, like when it highlights Bo Nix, it should have, you know, some stats from last year, some stats going forward. And I know I just pulled a Band-Aid off there, and we need to talk about Bo Nix here, but
How come I haven't heard of this?
I don't know,
weird.
bro.
Yeah.
If you're watching it on Prime, have you been watching it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you press down,
Prime or Peacock? I thought you said Peacock.
both,
Oh, okay.
both have a performance view. If you press down or up, I believe on the controller when you're on the channel, it'll give you. You can do the Spanish version, you can do the performance version, or you can watch the main broadcast.
Baloncesto en español.
Well, I mean, you can watch it. You can watch it in the Telemundo style.
Hey, you know what? Yeah, that sounds cool, man. But like you were saying, it don't matter. It's playoffs, man. If you're a hardcore fan, it doesn't matter if you're watching on a couch, if you're in a building, if you're on your phone in a public restroom. That shit is intense.
Or your phone at work in the restroom.
Yeah, at work, in the John.
Getting paid to drop this deuce and watch them drop this deuce in his face. Anyway,
but I think that the Nuggets just need to. I'm excited for this game tonight, and it's always tough when when the games land on Thursdays because we'll watch like the first couple minutes here, and then I gotta listen to it in the car on the way home. by the time
Which
I
is
get
the
home.
best version to because what's his name, Kosminski?
Yeah, Jason Kosminski
Oh
is
my
awesome.
God!
Yep, and
like,
I think
he paints a picture in my mind that nobody else does.
He's good. I think it's like, and maybe just this is like an old head take, but it's like there's a certain something to listening to sports on the radio.
Right.
Like I really enjoy it. You know, I like
Same.
going old school.
Same.
And especially you put it on like the AM channel, and it sounds like crap.
Get the white noise
For
and
some reason,
yeah.
that just speaks to my soul. I like watching or listening. I can watch it in my mind. You know what I mean?
I do. I know exactly what you mean.
So I'm kind of glad they decided not to play Aaron Gordon tonight. I got to be honest with you, because they would have had to make concessions to have him in there. You know what I mean? They would have had to change game plans. They would have had to alternate or alter their game plan that worked so well in Game 5. To sort of like, you know, prop him up, and so I think that's a good idea. Don't force him in there when in any night. I think a 100% healthy Spencer Jones is better than like a 30% Aaron Gordon. As much as I love Aaron Gordon, he's probably my favorite Nugget, but it's just
he's Mr. Nugget.
And on that Spencer Jones thing, we can't expect him to make like 4 threes and have a game like he did before, but he's going to bring that.
Oh, you can expect it.
He's going to bring that intensity. I don't know. He's not going to make 4 threes. He could. He could make 6, you know.
Or if he makes 2 or 3, the Nuggets win this game.
2 or 3 is good, but he's just going his plus minus is going to be just fine because his defensive hustle is off the charts.
Yeah.
And who knows, it could be someone else's night. Maybe, you know, Tim Hardaway hits 7 threes because he's more than capable of doing something like that.
Facts.
But they, like I was saying, they just got to keep forcing those turnovers. They got to have some hustle on the offensive glass.
Right.
Second chance points. And now that Bones is at the best, he's hobbled. I think he's playing. But then Ayo Sosumi or whatever. Ayo Sosumi is out. And he was lighting it up for them, and so now who do they got? You know what I'm saying?
Did you just offer for everybody to sue you?
No. You know who I'm talking about.
Look, I feel you on the AG tip, except for I still would have wanted him to play tonight. I just don't think that he should be, like, Adelman should be utilizing him as a starter. I think you keep the same game plan, except for you put AG in with Valanciunas for that 3 to 6 minutes in the second quarter, and that's it. And then 3 to 6 minutes in the fourth quarter. That's 12 minutes max.
Why would you mess with what worked though the other night? Because Spencer's starting. It
Because it's a series, Mike.
It unlocks something in his game. Though.
It's a series though, and they're going to take that away from him this game.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
They're going to take that away from them this game.
Yeah, no, I think it's better to just no. A 30% Aaron Gordon is no good to this team at all tonight, and it's bad for his health. What happens? What happens if they put in AG?
30% AG for 3 minutes is like 100% AG.
But then he like hurts himself again, or even worse, or sets his recovery back, and then we win though, and we move on. We win Game 7, move on to the next. Now we don't have AG at all for the Spurs. Mm-hmm. No, let him rest, let him heal up. There's no reason to play Aaron Gordon.
I don't know, man.
He couldn't even. It was that game.
I'll give you 2 reasons. I'll give you 2 reasons.
Huh?
Nas Reed. And I'm struggling on his name.
Randall?
Julius Randle.
Yeah,
that's 2 reasons.
Nas Reed's going to be in there, and Randall's going to be doing his little, like, where he punches you in the chest. And McDaniel's going to be yanking on jerseys. And they're going to play tough defense. But I think that same game plan, man. Turnovers, fast break points, crash the glass, the offensive glass, get those rebounds, get those second chance points. On the offensive end, crash the lane. What was happening? Who do we get dunks from? We got dunks from Cam Johnson. We got dunks from Christian Brown.
Well, okay. Well,
and now, and as long as Jokic and Murray got their game going, Jokic continues to sort of hit the lane, whether it's for a floater or for a layup or for like a driving kick. They don't have some of their best guys on the perimeter now. So this driving kick's going to mean a little bit more this game, I think.
Yeah, these guys are going to have to knock down shots though, bro. They're going to have to knock down shots.
And that's and see the Nuggets shot significantly better in Game 5 than they did in Games 2 through 4, or 2 through 4.
Shoot, you can even put Game 1.
But even in Game 5,
game they won.
Even in Game 5, they're still not shooting as good as they can. I think every single player except for like Christian Brown and maybe one other player, their shooting percentage as far as like, efficiency of shots is way down for the playoffs, which is kind of crazy to me because it's like one of the best offensive teams in the league. So if in the last game we can kind of make it look like a butt whooping for a majority of the game while still not shooting great, but just attacking kind of those fundamental ideas that I just laid out for us, I see this being a good game, and we don't necessarily need AG to do it.
Well, if we don't need AG, then why keep him on the team?
And that's a whole nother conversation, because if this is going to be the trend, for Aaron Gordon, I know it's Mr. Nugget. I know Nuggets Nation loves them some Aaron Gordon. Like I said, he's probably my favorite Nugget. But
why are they not playing P-Watt, though?
Because he's hurt still.
Like, is he though?
Yeah, there was a rumor that he had a setback during his rehab, so.
Man, these guys, he's probably playing a damn pickup game like a dummy.
Just imagine if we had a healthy AG and Peyton. We'd be unstoppable right now.
This series would already be over.
Yeah, it wouldn't even matter whether or not Edwards and DiVincenzo were playing, but
yeah, it wouldn't matter at all. So you think, with what you just said, you think that the Denver Nuggets can continue to play at the level needed to get past the Timberwolves?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I think tonight's a very important game, and it's going to be tough because they're down. Like I said, they're like their two best guys basically. Their two highest scorers are out. Like they have no backcourt. Io Dosunmu.
The awful tower is completely dependent upon every other player, and there's no ball handlers at all.
And Io Dosunmu was I think he was guard coming off the bench, and he was lighting us up. He had like 43 points when Game 3 or game 3 or Game 4, and he's out.
Yep.
So there's no reason not to take advantage of tonight, and it's a gift. It's a gift. It's been gift wrapped.
If the Nuggets do not win tonight, they don't deserve to win.
Yeah, true. I mean, this should be. But the problem is that they know that they're missing those guys, and they know that that Game 5 was so physical. So they're gonna make this ugly. They're gonna make this a really, really ugly game, and the Nuggets just can't get shook from it.
Well, what they definitely need to do tonight here in about 20-30 minutes because we know that they're not going to start at exactly 7:30.
Hell no, they're not going to start on time.
Thank goodness for us, though, because this would be the only night where I'm begging them to start the game at 8:30.
I know. Why can't they do it on Thursday nights, 8:30 game? Make it happen.
Make it happen, dog.
Come on.
That's what they normally do. Every day, every regular season, we have had zero problems with 8:30 games on Thursdays because our show ends at 8 p.m., so we're good. We can make it home within 30 minutes to watch the game. And as Mike adequately said, we can listen to it at Kosmiski on the way home if not. Because that's exactly what I'm going to be doing tonight on the way to the crib to watch this game.
To the crib?
But I like your assessment on the Denver Nuggets. I like the fact that I don't necessarily agree with you. I still think that AG needed to play a limited amount of minutes tonight, but we will see. I do believe in Spencer Jones. I can see the effort. I just need to see it 2 games in a row. And not necessarily the threes. I don't even necessarily need 2 or 3 threes out of him. I need him to be a gritty defender without fouling their best players. That's what I need. I need him to be able to handle a Julius Randle without fouling him and sending him to the line and allowing him to get 40 points. If Julius Randle and Naz Reid each get 20-plus points tonight, the Nuggets probably lose this game. And I don't want to see that happen. So, with that said, I think we both – so if they do win tonight, let's say the Nuggets do win tonight, okay? Mm-hmm. Do you think that Minnesota, and this is probably a silly question, but do you think that the Timberwolves could recover and actually win in a Game 7 like they did last year? Or was it last year or the year before?
I think that if it comes back to Ball Arena, there's no way. No way. If the Nuggets can scratch and claw their way through this game tonight, and then we got to take it back to Ball Arena, there's no way. Even the booze and the McDaniels sucks chants. They were getting to him. You know what I mean?
Oh, real quick, did you see that? Because I didn't watch the game with you. I watched it with Mark, right? So did you see that CB dunk where he pointed at him and got a T?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No,
So-
that's I made that my profile picture.
So it's hilarious that he pointed at him while hanging on the rim. They didn't tee him up for that. They teed him up when he pointed at him running backwards.
Yeah, that's what. I saw that.
And I'm just like, what? Why you? The technical was when he was hanging on the rim and pointing at him and laughing. That was the technical.
That's a good tech to take, though.
Oh, I'll take it all day. I would have been okay with him hanging on the rim even longer and pointing at him. Maybe even getting a fine by flipping him off. I'd have been okay with that because that dude needed a good punch in the mouth, and he did dunk on him, and it was a foul. That was an and one, I might add, that he actually fouled CB and he still dunked it on him. But I believe we're both with the general consensus between the two of us is that the Denver Nuggets can get past the Timberwolves in this round.
Yeah, I think so.
Playing San Antonio is
they
a whole
should.
different animal.
Here's the thing: they should get past this.
Okay.
Will they? We'll see, but they should. There's no reason why. There's no excuse if they don't win tonight and then Game 7, then I don't think. Yeah, like you said, they don't
They don't
deserve.
deserve it.
They weren't ready.
They were not ready, and they don't deserve it.
But they should be ready. On paper, they should be ready. It's
Right
been
now-
such a weird season. Man.
Right now, I feel like the two players that are the most primed to, and Cam already had one in Game 5, but the one player that I think I should say is primed to have a breakout game as a Denver Nugget is Tim Hardaway Jr. I have been giving this guy praise all season. I said he was the key and the factor, and he really hasn't. I mean, he had a few, 2 or 3 threes in Game 5.
He's been
and
fantastic.
They were pivotal.
He's been fantastic all season, but he has been relatively
He's been
quiet.
a ghost in
Yeah.
this series. So I'm expecting him to be the Game 6 and Game 7 hero. That's my X factor right there. But speaking of X's, the Lakers got a big X the other night in a loss. Even with the return of their, one of their best players, Austin
Yeah.
Reeves.
What's up with that? Reeves comes
In
back and
LA.
they fall apart.
In LA. There was like a lob, two of them to LeBron, where it looked like he had no lift at all. The final 3 that he shot, man, he looks tired. And I'm really, normally I would give LeBron
Wait,
James.
who looks tired? Old man Braun?
Yeah.
Okay.
Old man time. Normally I would agree with anybody that I bash LeBron pretty bad. But I actually feel bad for him because his legs just seem like they're not under him. And he had to carry this team for the past 4 games. And Austin Reeves comes back and really doesn't give him any reprieve or relief. And they end up losing a game. Now, here's my question, Mike. Do you think Houston can be the first team to ever come back?
I was about to say that. It's never happened in the history of the NBA.
Not ever. Down 3-0.
3-0. I mean,
You're the away team down 3-0.
anything's possible, but I mean, it's not likely.
Unless they get Luka back, I think the Lakers are going to lose this series. They're going to be the first team and have LBJ, and it's going to, I don't know if it's going to tarnish his legacy, but I definitely think it's going to be a blemish because the collapse that they've had, it's epic. And to be the only team and be in LA, the Lakers, the most prestigious team, besides maybe was there a handful of teams that are prestigious in this league, and the Lakers are one of them, to lose after being up 3-0 and it's never happened before.
I just think that's kind of wild, man. I don't know. It just doesn't seem. They were kind of putting the beats on them, man, for three straight games. And then Rockets had a good game. I mean, it's a 7-game series.
It's a series.
It's a 7-game series. I think if they get one good game, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to make history. The Rockets right now, I don't think so.
Okay,
I don't know if they're built to make history like that, dude.
Speaking of, well, I disagree. I do think that they can. I don't necessarily. I do think that they are built, especially if they can get KD back in the next game or so. They can beat this team. On top of that, speaking of historic, New York has scored 133 points and only allowed 78 from Atlanta
Holy fazolies.
with 6 minutes left in the game.
Ew.
I think New York is going to close this series out.
It's got to hurt.
Man. You know, I give it to Atlanta though. I give it to Atlanta. Everybody thought that they would just lay down and die after they traded away their two best players in Murray and oh God, I keep forgetting that boy name. Went to DC. Anyway, getting past that. Well, once they traded away all of their best players, everybody thought that Atlanta was dead in the water. And Atlanta actually, I mean, to get to the 6th seed, they weren't even a play-in team. And they don't have an all-star on their roster. Not one. So to make it to be a 6th seed in the East, that's pretty deep this year. You got to tip your hat to them, man. I'm not even mad. I mean, it's a young team. I think they're about the Nuggets of 5 or 6 years ago, right? The Nuggets didn't get blown out like this, but
they have potential. I mean, there was a point just like a week ago where we were talking about how
Atlanta could win.
Yeah, like they were looking like a legit problem, and they were like for the Knicks, and Knicks is like one of the favorites from the East, you know, to go all the way. So
They're
it's kinda,
Goliath for sure.
It was kind of shocking, but maybe like, you know, like I said, it's a series. You get a couple good games, and everybody starts freaking out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, but it's for me, it's not even that they had a couple of good games in the playoffs. It was that they're the 6th seed in the East, and they did that without an all-star or even an all-pro on their team. That's remarkable.
Yeah, no.
That's pretty remarkable to be not even a play-in team and give the New York Knicks, who are a darling, right, in the NBA, everything they want and more. Took them to what game is this? 6? So they took them to 6 games. and the Knicks were supposed to win this whole thing. So kudos to Atlanta, man. Atlanta fan, don't sweat this. The Nuggets were like this at one point in time. We had to sit through growing pains, just like you're going to sit through growing pains. But man, you guys got a good core, a good solid core.
There's that potential for there.
You have about 2 or 3 pieces that you need, and most of them are bench players, like role players that you need in order for that team to be a complete team. And watch out for Atlanta in the East, my dude.
This is good experience for them.
All right, so real quick, I didn't mean to take us on a tangent, but
hey,
so you really don't think that Houston is put together enough to come back on this Lakers? Maybe not if it was the Lakers with Luka, with LeBron, with Austin Reeves from Game 1, but I'm talking Luka-less Lakers. I mean, Austin Reeves is on one leg. He's got a flat tire, and then Old Man Winters. Did I call him Old Man Winters? I shouldn't have. That was pretty disrespectful. I'm sorry.
I don't know, man.
I'm older than he is. So.
Lakers were beating the brakes off him, dude. I don't understand why one win suddenly Rockets are going to make history. NBA history.
It's not one win, it's 2. They've won 2 in a row.
Sorry, 2 wins.
They've won 2 in a row, and the last one was very decisive.
Nah, they won by 6 points.
Yeah, but it wasn't really close.
I feel like,
and the Rockets are missing their starting point guard in Fred VanVleet and KD.
Anything's possible, and I don't necessarily have any good reason to believe that they can't come back and win this series, other than the fact that it's just like statistically improbable and never been done before.
Improbable is not impossible, sir.
Yeah, I didn't say impossible. I said improbable. Improbable.
In order to make things possible, you have to go past the impossible. So I do believe, until the Nuggets did it twice, nobody had come back from down 3-1. You know,
Rockets just don't strike me as like a record-setting, historic sort of deal right now.
Well, I think I agree.
Am I boring you?
No. Yes. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think that the Rockets can do it. Will they do it is a whole nother story. I think that they can. I guess time will tell. They do play tomorrow. Not to mention they did beat LA in LA last night. So that's significant as well. A closeout game on your own home court. You were up 3-0, and now the series is 3-2.
Especially the Lakers should have been reinvigorated with having Austin
Reeves back on the floor.
And he did his job. He had like 22 points. So, I mean.
So I'm gonna go with yes. We're gonna go back to the tape. We'll pull the receipts next week and see if Houston actually did pull it out, or if the Lakers, solidified their resolve and got past this gritty team in Houston.
Lakers just need one more. So.
Speaking of a gritty team, man, Orlando seems to have taken control of this series. An 8th seed, and I want to say that I'm surprised, but I'm really not, and only in the sense that I think Orlando, if they hadn't, very similar to the Denver Nuggets, if they hadn't had all of the injuries that they had over the course of this season, they might have been in that 3rd, 4th, or 5th, especially with the defense that they play. And they're not a very big team either, but they play solid defense. They're on a rope or on a string. They play incredible team defense, and they have Detroit on the ropes, my dude. They go back to Orlando for Game 6, and oh man, I actually think this might be the first. I can't remember if an 8th seed in the 7-game era has happened yet. Mark says no way the Lakers drop 4. I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see. What was I saying? Detroit. I don't think there has been a team, an 8th seed. Now I know the Denver Nuggets did, in a 5-game series, right, in the 90s with Mutombo in like 96 or something like that. I'm not sure. Are you looking at research?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure if an 8th seed has ever beaten a 1 seed in the 7-game series, but I think Orlando, even though Detroit did just win that last game, I think Orlando could close it out in Orlando, and move on. What do you think about Orlando and Detroit, that series?
I mean, it's a pretty down and dirty, nitty gritty.
Well, they've been fighting too, haven't they?
Defense, yeah, they've been scrapping. It's been a kind of a ugly style of basketball. There's 2 games, neither team cracked 100 points. That's pretty wild,
right,
in this modern NBA era. But so let's see. 2023, Miami beat the Milwaukee Bucks. 2012, Philadelphia beat the Bulls. 2011.
Okay, so
yeah.
Okay. So
94, Nuggets beat the Supersonics. See,
but that was in a 5-game series.
Yeah,
that was 5 games. I mean, just 7 game.
Oh, 4? No, not in 7.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. No, yeah, because if
2012 plus would be 7 games.
So then, yeah. So yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
I miss the Supersonics, man. They had some dope jerseys.
Yo, I was talking to this one cat, this older cat, the other day, and he was like, "They're gonna have you watching the next." He's now, I'm being funny, but this is what he said. He said, "You watch Youngblood. In the next couple years, they're gonna have a team in Seattle." And he hates the Nuggets. His first sentence to me was, "Why are you wearing that ugly shirt?" And I was like, "Where are you from?" He was like, "Oh, Seattle." And I was like, "Okay, now I know why you hate the Nuggets."
Yeah,
because we whooped y'all's ass.
Yes. 32 years ago.
Right. I'm like, man, you still holding on to that? Your team has won a championship in another city.
He's been butthurt for over 3 decades. Oh, my God. Imagine just carrying that with you for over 3 decades, man. 32 years of pain.
I told him I would be back, too. He's a security guard at this one spot. I was like, bro, I'm going to come back when these Nuggets win this series. And he was like, "Oh, this is going to be a waste of gas because you know they ain't going to win." I said, "Okay. All right. Well, we'll see."
Yeah.
And the Nuggets did pull out Game 5, man. Let's see if they could pull out Game 6.
Yes.
All right. So moving on, let's get to some football, man. Because I wanted to talk about the Cavs and Raptors, but really, who cares? I call that the forgotten series for a reason.
Yeah.
Because most of the time we're just going to forget about it, and nobody really cares.
Cavs are up.
Whoop, whoop.
They got boring jerseys, though.
Those games are boring. The Cavs are a good team, though.
No,
I would
they
like
are.
to see
That's a good young
even
team.
with the beard being terrible. They seem to be really, really good. All right, so we talked about them. They're not the forgotten series anymore. All right, we talked about them.
We paid the toll.
Moving on. Football. Big news going on in Denver here.
Bo Nix.
And his feminine ankle. No, I'm just kidding.
His baby,
Don't let me do that.
his little baby deer ankles.
Don't do that. Let's not do that.
Nah,
But
Bo Nix is a very tough guy, but he clearly has some issues with the ankles.
well, he's got some nicked up ankles, and
The
everybody
numbers-
seems to be surprised that he's having a second surgery.
No ish. They're surprised. Everybody from Sean Payton to George Payton to the ownership told us he was going to be ready for OTAs. That he was attacking his rehab like Rocky Balboa training in the woods. You know what I'm saying?
He was eating raw chicken,
And now he had another surgery, a cleanup, and he's not going to be ready for OTAs. But they guarantee he'll be ready for training camp and definitely ready for the start of the season. So
far.
Is this a cause for concern, though? Because I think it is.
Well, I mean,
Let's look back. The numbers have been disputed.
well, who lied though? Who lied?
What do you
Is
mean
what I
who
want to know. Who was the misleading party? That is it. The Broncos and the organization came out ahead of schedule, not knowing, or did Bo Nix actually and his doctors say, "Hey, he's going to be ready for OTAs"? I want to know who misled us.
Well, the two things can be true, but I don't think that there was lies going on. I think that at the time when they made those announcements, and that was like, I don't know, like a month ago.
yeah, a couple months.
I think that they were thinking that the surgery went well, and then there's some complications that came up recently, and they probably, you know how it is when you're in the NFL, dude. You got a problem today, you have surgery tomorrow. So, but this is a trend. You know, the numbers have been disputed, but if you go back, I think Bo Nix had his ankle surgery in high school, and then he had ankle surgery in college, and then he had an ankle surgery after his rookie season that was kept under wraps, and it didn't come out till way later. And then now, since his second season, he's had 2 ankle surgeries. It's at least 5, and they have been on both ankles.
yeah.
So there's. And if you think back to after the season ended, when there was like that day of pressers, and Sean Payton had maybe used insensitive verbiage and said that Bo Nix had a predisposition to having an ankle injury, and then Bo Nix had like an emergency press conference that same day to say, no, it's nothing predisposed. But now it's come out that it's clearly something predisposed. and I guarantee you, but the reason Bo Nix got mad about that and had to like basically say Peyton don't know what the hell he's talking about is because of money.
That messes with his money.
But I mean, so now here we are, and what happens? What happens if Bo Nix has an ankle injury 4 games into the season? There's no plan B. Plan B isn't
whose fault is that?
Plan B isn't Stiddy.
John Elway.
Yeah, it's John Elway's fault. Obama.
No, but I mean, whose fault is that? I feel like the that's why I want to know who was. Maybe you're right. Maybe everybody was on the positive intent early and saying, hey, you know, this is what we should be doing, or he's attacking the rehab and everything's going perfect. But somewhere along the lines, there was a miscommunication because I've never seen a team so shocked and surprised that he's going in for a second surgery. Like, this is such big news in Denver right now.
Yeah, it is because there's a lot of implications, man. Like, so, but because Sean Payton's got a big mouth and he pissed off the starting quarterback regarding this exact subject mere months ago. they're not going to say nothing to us. They're not going to. It's not. We're not going to know anything. We're not going to know the mindset of the Broncos until it comes time.
Until they pull the trigger. Until
it comes time to pay Bo Nix. And then we're going to really have a good understanding of where the Broncos are at on this thing. Because it could be one way or it could be another. This could be like a harmless – this could have been an unexpected surgery, but it could have just been something that maybe was discussed as a possibility after the first surgery with Bo Nix and his doctors. Mm-hmm. But then they got HIPAA. Yeah. So
that's fair. That's why I was asking the question of who misled who.
Yeah.
Did Bo mislead them, or did the Broncos not listen to what Bo had to say, or what happened there? But
it's hard to believe that an organization that had such success last year and seems to have their head on straight would have this much like confusion behind the scenes right now.
Yeah, so it leads me to believe that maybe Bo Nix was a little misleading, or maybe didn't divulge as much information as
the possibilities are limitless of what exactly the details about how this all went down could be. And since they're being so hush hush about everything, people like us are out here left to speculate, and we don't do this for no reason. We got really good imaginations. You know what I'm saying? We sit here, we think about it every which way we can, try to come up with our own ideas about stuff, and we really truly have no idea.
Speaking of ideas,
but it's still worrisome.
Speaking of ideas,
worrisome.
I heard one that I'm gonna basically parrot right now. That I'm probably gonna throw up a little bit in my mouth just saying it. But I heard on the way into the studio tonight that now I'm not saying that the Broncos are interested in this. This was just a suggestion by a radio personality saying that should the Broncos try to trade for Aaron Rodgers from the Pittsburgh Steelers as a temporary Band-Aid while Bo Nix nurses his ankles.
I heard that today too. I was yelling at my radio.
So I wanted to hear what you had to say, because
that's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my entire life.
I feel the exact same way. Like, what are you talking about?
Number one, Aaron Rodgers ain't going nowhere to play second fiddle.
Right.
You know what I mean? Nowhere. That's not in.
Because he knows coming here he would have to sit as soon as Bo Nix was ready.
Second of all, there's no chance in hell that Sean Payton is going to allow. There's not even enough room in the room for that much ego. There's already a plenty of real estate taken up by Sean Payton's ego. There's not enough room for Aaron Rodgers to mosey on into the doorway, and it just wouldn't work. There's no way it would work.
With his avocado toast and his
avocado toast and his ayahuasca and his DMT and his sweat rooms.
Yeah, I almost immediately wanted to, like, if it wasn't for that it's my car, I wanted to crash my car hearing that. Like, are you serious right now? I don't even want to hear your voice anymore. Are you really suggesting that the Broncos trade away a pick to get Aaron Rodgers, even if it was on loan for 1 year? No. Why would you do that?
It looks like Pittsburgh is trying to, like, set it up to, like, gently usher him.
Yeah, but to where?
There's nowhere.
There's the only other place that would have taken them is the Raiders, and they just drafted their quarterback.
They just drafted their quarterback and paid $80 million to a so-so backup.
Arizona, maybe.
No.
I mean, Kyler Murray's gone.
Yeah, but who wants? No, but at this
New
point,
Orleans could use a quarterback.
Now, Aaron Rodgers is still good, but this is a 42-year-old man with a God complex.
Yeah,
and probably would ask for a decent, pretty penny. I don't see anybody wanting that headache right now.
Well, he would not only would he ask for a pretty penny, dog. He's already under contract. He has another year.
Teams are desperate though, so there's probably somebody.
Somebody suggested the Jets. I heard on ESPN. It was either ESPN or Fox Sports 1 today. They were like, he should go back to the Jets. They just added so many people. I'm like, no, I think that they did that. Been there, done that. I don't think
there's no way that they would bring that back in their building, dude.
What?
They already played that game. They had that experiment.
Right.
And it didn't go well.
Like, there's a reason why she's an ex-girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Like, why would you go back to that?
I believe that the Jets learned their lesson on that one.
I hope so. I hope so. That organization is pretty dysfunctional.
They're pretty stupid over there.
Yeah, so I wouldn't put it past them, but I still would be like, why?
Wouldn't that be so stupid of them? That would be so dumb. I don't think it's happening.
But I mean, I think Arizona, New Orleans. Trying to think of another place that could use a QB, but definitely not in Denver. Let's just go there. I'd even say San Francisco would be more viable for him than here.
Dude, how about he jumps into that cesspool that is the Cleveland Browns quarterback room?
Ooh, bruh. I mean, man, because they do still. If you have 6 quarterbacks, you don't have one, right?
Yes, exactly.
Because the old adage is that if you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have one, but they have 6. No, that's crazy. But I wouldn't put it past them. They're not that smart. They're not that smart either.
Oh, but
I think Miami needs a quarterback.
Do they?
Yeah, they got rid of Tua.
Yeah,
they got rid of Tua. Miami needs a QB. They have a new coach. I mean, they traded away what's his name to here. They basically had a whole fire sale in Miami. I just don't think that would be a viable play. Anywhere that is going to need a quarterback is not a place that Aaron Rodgers is going to want to go. Let's just put it that way. He's going to want to go to a viable, place that can probably win him another ring. And every one of those teams already has a quarterback. Right? So
yeah.
So just please, Denver Broncos, be wise enough not to bring that man here.
Yeah, don't do that. But also, there's nobody out there to back to the Bo Nix ankle, back to the ankle. What is going to happen if this is a problem moving forward? You know what I mean?
The Broncos might miss their window.
Oh man, there's no plan B, at least for the season at this moment. There's nobody out there.
The Broncos were kind of in a hard, like a rock and hard place, right? If they draft a QB, right, even especially in the 3rd round,
Starting from scratch.
But if you draft a QB, that sends the wrong message to Bo Nix. That could mess up the psyche between him and SP.
How many ankle injuries are too many ankle injuries?
Well, I mean, he is a QB, dude. He could stop running.
Yeah, but that's such a big part of his game right now. I think if you extract that portion of his game from him, then it significantly reduces his effectiveness as a starting quarterback in the NFL.
I don't know. You just need to figure out a way to utilize the tight ends at that point.
Yeah, but his mobility is his bread and butter. He's not a gunslinger.
He doesn't have to be. The thing is that John Elway was like that too. He wasn't really a fast guy, or his legs were a part of his weaponry, but he utilized it in a way, especially late in his career, to where he's gonna have to utilize the slide a lot more than what he's been doing, trying to juke people, and he's gonna have to utilize the slide.
I mean, maybe they fixed it though. Maybe his ankle's fixed.
Well, the thing
100%.
is we don't know what's wrong with his ankles.
Well, I mean, he broke it. He keeps breaking ankles, basically.
Yeah, but where?
By going
How?
too hard. I don't know. They're like hairline fractures near the joint above the.
So he needs to drink some damn milk.
Yeah, Yep.
Give that man some vitamin D. Give him some milk, some calcium.
Send him to ballerina class.
You wrong for that.
No, man, they're on the tiptoes.
I'm just kidding. They do that. They do
working
that.
out them ankles.
Tendons, yeah.
They get the calf stronger. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's actually a fact. Most football players actually do go through ballet, especially wide receivers.
Yeah, ballet. That's the word. But I don't know.
Damn, I just refreshed the score. The Nuggets were up 7-0, and then I refreshed, and now it's 13-7 Minnesota.
Oh, goodness gracious.
AG is not suited up. Yeah, I think they announced that.
Yeah, about half an hour before we started our show.
They announced
came
that
through the wire. I think that's good. We don't need a half-ass Aaron Gordon out there.
Sounds like we do. It's 13-7.
No, man.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
What is it, like 4 minutes into the game, dude? Come on.
Yeah, well.
The sky's falling.
I mean, they did allow them to score 13 unanswered points, bro. I wouldn't say the sky is falling, but that's definitely not a good thing.
Well, it's a game of runs.
Well, it looks like the runs the Denver Nuggets have shit their pants for the 13 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I just cussed. My bad.
Ew. Dude, I think I've cussed like 3 times this episode. So
That's okay. That's okay.
they're gonna take our money away.
Our money. Yeah.
We will be demonetized promptly. No, we can cuss all the time. It doesn't matter.
It's just
But we're trying to be classy and professional over here.
not professional, but definitely classy.
Yeah. Yo, we ain't that either.
You will have to define classy.
I bet Ryan's got a ball flying at his face right now.
And they're soft.
They're so soft.
They're so soft. I got to make sure he watches this episode today so that he knows.
Yeah.
Because I know sometimes he forgets to watch. Oh, look at Jokic throwing elbows. I just so happened to look over and he elbowed the awful tower in the ribs. Keep doing that. Right in the 4th rib, separate it.
Rudy Gogurt.
I don't think there's anybody on this planet that my oldest daughter hates more than Rudy Gobert.
It's understandable. He's got a punchable face. He's an obnoxious human being.
He's French.
There's that. He's
That would be enough for me. No, I'm just kidding.
He's got the most pathetic offense I've ever seen in my life, and his defense is extremely frustrating.
That's being nice.
Yeah.
That's being nice.
They said if he's
pathetic is not the word I would use to describe his offense.
They said if he can't grab the rim, then he's out of range.
And what's messed up is he still misses from that high, or that close. And you're 7'1", bro. You don't even really have to jump to dunk it. How you
miss a 9-foot shot? How you shoot a 7-footer from 9 feet? Come on, dude.
Come on, man. All right. Well, we got about 4 minutes left in the show, man. What was the other thing that I added on to the end there? Because I know there was something important that we needed to talk about. What was that?
It ain't nothing important.
Everything's important.
Especially Bo Nix's ankle.
Oh, Justin Simmons.
Oh, yeah. He retired.
Big ups to Justin Simmons, man.
Shout out to him. He was a fantastic player during some of the darkest times for the Broncos, and it's kind of a tragedy because imagine just being so good and not winning anything. Kind of
being the best at your craft at your position for a long time.
Yeah.
Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl, All Pro after All Pro.
And it kind of makes sense now, though, why he didn't where did he go? Atlanta?
Atlanta.
He went to Atlanta for a season?
2 seasons, I think.
2 seasons?
Yeah.
Okay. And then last season, he kind of sat it out, and everyone was like, why is nobody signing Justin Simmons? It's because he didn't want to go anywhere else.
Yep.
He's got his family established in Colorado. He didn't want to be, moving his family around the country. I think he was waiting for he said,
he tried to come back to the Broncos.
He said multiple times that he would come back for the right opportunity.
Right.
Which meant, I want to be a Bronco. And for whatever reason, well, there's some speculation, and it probably makes a lot of sense that, when Sean Payton showed up, he had to do a culture reset. He had to do a culture reset, and sometimes you got to get rid of the big voices in the locker room, which would have been like Brandon McManus, who's like the head of the Players Association or a Players Association rep. And
SP was getting rid of his ass as soon as
and Justin Simmons, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was just a big name or a big voice in that locker room. And when you're trying to reset a culture, sometimes you got to make those sacrifices. So I understand. I don't know if there was any actual beef between Sean Payton and Justin Simmons, and he had to go. So it's kind of unfortunate that now, the Broncos won a Super Bowl, and then he comes in after that. Then
plays
we go through,
for 8 years.
We go through the darkest times the team has seen in a long time, and then he leaves, and we make it to the AFC Championship.
Sucks.
Yeah, it's a bummer, but he did address that in his retirement speech, and he mentioned that basically whenever he was, one of the things that helped him get through that was his dedication and his work with the community here in Colorado. So whereas he wasn't necessarily having success on the field, he was definitely making a difference off the field. And So I commend him for that. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you, Justin Simmons, for the years, even though it was the darkest years, or not the darkest years, one of the darkest decades in Denver Broncos history, but you were one of the brightest spots in that dark history or during that dark period. So we appreciate Justin Simmons, and, you never know. He's still in player condition. He's still in play condition.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
I'm hoping that there's not an injury that would make him have to, come in and play for the Broncos, but you never know, man. Maybe he can help the Broncos win a Super Bowl. And actually get that ring, or maybe they give him an honorary ring because he did just retire this year to the Broncos. Maybe if they win this year, according to Mike's doom and gloom, we shouldn't win this year, but because Bo Nix his ankles.
I'm worried about them ankles, man.
All right, well, I'm worried about this Nuggets team, so I want to get to this game. Thank you guys for tuning in, as always. Don't forget to follow us on the Sports Fiends with the Z's on all of your socials, at Sports Fiends with the Z's. We will see y'all next week. Hopefully the Nuggets are still playing in round 2. Peace.
Adios, muchachos.
Oh, I know all about that.
Peace and love. Love and peace.